And welcome back to Boat Extras as I make my way outside, to which I will be greeted by a blisteringly hot day today here in Costa del Lidm. And we are going in Ebony. She's finally got her battery. So, without further ado, let's get to the warehouse and see what that's got in store. See you there. Right, okay. Welcome back to the warehouse. So, I'll just show you this while I'm at it, because yesterday quite a lot of the work was in readiness for the current episode. So you will see this, well, I'm talking about an event that will obviously occur after or before. No, after, because you'll see this on the main on the main video that we're currently filming as we speak. But I just wanted to show you the this is the bit that we're going to be filming. This has obviously got to go on top of the boat. We would have filmed today, but the adhesive stroke the adhesive and the electric gun that I'll need to get it out of the tube hasn't arrived. That's arriving between 4 and 7, so we can't really film today. But this is I was cleaning this and I used 1200 grit and I used 1000 first, then 1200, and then I used some of this, I think it's called Autosol metal polish, and the reason for sanding it is because of the huge gouges. I don't know whether you can see there, which is mirrored obviously on the other side as well. So I've been sanding them for most of the day yesterday, but it's actually come up quite well. I mean, from a distance it looks really good, heck of a lot better than it actually was. So I'm really looking forward to putting that on the boat. So yeah, I've got to choose which bolts I'm going to be using from my stock of bolts. So yes, there we go. So that's in this up and coming episode that you will, well, I'm saying up and coming episode. It's an episode, of course, that you would have watched by now. So I'm going to get myself aboard there. I'll take my water because it's a right scorcher of a day. And we'll go and see what we can do. See you aboard. Okay, welcome aboard. So I think the next job to do is, now that these are painted and ready, I think they are ready to be fiberglassed into place. And I think I was going to do it like those, but I'm thinking, because I've got 4, if I did it like that, would it bow in the middle? And I'm thinking maybe individuals, maybe one there, space them out evenly and do something like that. And then we can measure for a base and take it from there. So I think for now what I'll do is I'll sort of use some ready mixed fiberglass with a bit of hardener just to plonk them into position, and then they would be ready then to have some fiberglass straps put over, and we can then fiberglass them in properly with straps over, you know, say 3, 1, 2, 3 on each one. So I think that's what I'm going to do now. Straightforward job. So we'll come back when that's complete. And a lovely morning to you. It's a Monday morning and the sun is out. There's no rain about. The t-shirt is on. So I'm going to make my way to the warehouse and have a look at that bow rail that we put up in the last episode that you saw. And then I'm going to do some work underneath, some prep work. So I shall see you there, and I think I'm going on my motorbike. So adios, I'll see you at the warehouse. Right, that's one car out of the way at least. Welcome to the warehouse. So let's have a look at that up there. Oh, you can't see it. We'll have a look at that and see if it's set, because it'll be interesting to see what this 219, I think it is, works like. In fact, I'll alter the camera around that way. That's better. Want to see my mush? So basically, that's pretty good. I can tell it's solid as a rock there. Let's have a look at this stuff here. If I can just get that angled. Yeah, I'd say that was pretty well set. So my theory is, if I get a nice sharp, I've got many a carpet knife, if I cut along those edges there, I'll end up with a nice edge, like a gasket underneath it. It's even come through around those bolts as well, which is good. So I don't think anything's going to be leaking through that anytime soon. As with that, and of course we've got the mirror image of it over there and over there. So my job for today is, I'm standing on it. Well, actually I'm not. Underneath where I'm stood, I'm now going to make a template so we can then make good the underneath, because there's nothing apart from insulation, so we can get this underneath done. So that's my job for today. So I shall what shall I do? I'll come up with an idea to make a template of that area, that shape. I know, I've got some cardboard, well, sort of cardboard interliner somewhere. Oh, do you know where it is? I've got a funny feeling it's not here. It's at home in my garage. Bloody hell. Typical, isn't it? Okay. Well, we might be able to do something else. Anyway, I'm going to go underneath there for inside the boat, have a look and suss out what we're going to do. So you are coming with me. Right, okay, so we're in the front section of the boat, and I'm just going to turn this around. Now I've had to put a light on, otherwise you're not going to see it. Hopefully it won't flicker. If it does, I have no idea how to solve that little issue. But that's why it's called Boat Extras. Right, I'm just going to turn you over to there, like so. No, that way. Like so, can you see? So this is the area that's got to be covered. There. I've taken the insulation off actually, so it gives me an idea of the shape of it. So I really do actually need that cardboard interliner, because I'm going to do it in 2 halves. That is the can you see my hand there? Yeah, that's the center line. So I'm going to do that half, and then I'm going to do that half, do it in 2 halves, because we've also got over there, if I turn you round, we've also got the fresh water pipe that needs to go on there. That obviously goes down into there, and then that obviously takes us into what we already now know is the storage tank for the water. I've got a GoPro, I can actually show you what that's like. I've cleaned it out as best I can up to now. I don't know whether I can. I'm going to make you dizzy here. Let me do that with it. There you are. You can see the condition of it. I hasten to add, or I should say, I am not using this for water to be use that for drinking water. It is purely for washing your hands, etc., washing up, things like that. And I will be using tablets in it as well, but it definitely will not be used for drinking water and, oh, of course, flushing the toilet. So that is the task there. That's what we're going to do. You can see the liner. I've just pulled off quite a bit of it there, so it gives me an idea what we've got to deal with. So there you are. So I shall go down and well, what I'll do is I'll have to nip back home, get the interliner, and then bring it back, and then we'll start cutting a template out, and let's get this finished. Okay, so we'll leave it at that for now. Bye. Do you know what I've just thought? Maybe I might have the originals that were up there, in which case I can use those as a template. Up there for thinking, down there for dancing. Right, okay, we're coming towards the end of the day now, and I managed to find a little bit of insulation. Well, no, it was soundproofing more than anything, and I sort of sprayed it to the top of here and then rough cut it in, and I then got a piece of scrap ply and I've rough cut that in as well. So I'm going to just show you that stage, because it's quite crucial to get the shape of underneath. I know it's underneath, but I can, when you're lying here, you'll be able to see it, and I don't want it to be short. So let me put that light on. Have I got a light? No, I haven't got a light. It's gone. Put that one on. Right. How do I do this? Oh yeah, show you that way. So as you can see, I think you can see, there you have. Oh God, I wish I knew how to hold a camera. Right, we'll do it that way. There we are. So you can see there, I've just roughly screwed it into place, and it follows that contour okay. Not brilliant, but okay. So what I've done now is, to get a really good finish, I got an old washer, which is the right sort of depth that I want, and put my pencil in it like so, and then I ran it along the side all the way down to give me an accurate size, or accurate shape, should I say. And I think you can just about see that pencil line underneath there. Goes all the way along. So I'm going to trim that off. And don't forget, this is just a template piece. It's not the exact piece, because it's going to be oak. So I'm just going to unscrew that, take it down below and trim that off, but I'm not going to do it tonight. I'm going to do it in the morning. So there we go. That'll be that for today. I've done a bit more, as you can see. Done a bit more of that siliconing around the window. Boring job. So that's it. You've seen up there, you've seen the bow end, bow rail. That's nicely done. I've got to trim up that gasket in as well, by the way. So we can do, maybe we can perhaps do that tomorrow, and then we'll continue with these pieces here, and then once we've got the exact shape with the ply, then we can cut an expensive piece of ply up and it'll fit first time. So we'll come back in the morning. See you later. Have a good night, by the way. Well, I would have liked to have said, and a good morning to you. But as it turns out, it's an afternoon, and the reason, well, I've been here since the morning, but I've had to do some work without filming because there's been some tree guys out there on the roof felling trees, and with chainsaws you couldn't hear yourself think. So I've done some work off camera, you'll be pleased to know, and I'll show you what I'm up to and what stage I'm at. Let's see if I can swap it around. There we go. So as you can see, that piece nicely fits around there now, and I've got a center section there, and then I need a piece for there, and then the balance over there. Now off camera, that reversed fits on the curvature of the boat there perfectly. So now that I've cut this piece and that's in position, I'm going to take that down, I'm going to cut another piece of ply, and then I'm going to put that, I'm going to then put a new piece over there because I know it fits, and it'll screw into this spar here, and then all I've got then is this balance piece here. Now yes, you can say, well, it's all different colours and everything. It is, but there's going to be ply like that going on top of that, and I wanted a nice solid base. Yes, I've got to do some insulation, put all that insulation back up there, but that's my intention, is to get, that's 9mm by the way, so a thin piece of this ply here over the whole lot. I can unscrew everything, put it down on the deck down below, and I can cut a nice piece out, and it'll all be in one piece, and it'll look very nice, I would say. So that's what I've been doing while there's been a racket outside. So I'm going to take that one down, go down, and then cut a piece off, and I will see you back when it's screwed in position. So see you very shortly. Right, I've got that piece in over there. I'll move you around like so. As you can see, it's nicely snug in there. So now I've taken a plan basically of what I need to cut there, and hopefully that's going to fit in that gap there, and then we've got a solid area that we can take down, we can number them, we can take it down, and then happily cut a nice piece of ply, oak ply, to that shape, and it should fit nicely. So I'm going to cut that off and then call it a day, and then I'll be back in the morning. So until then, see you later. And welcome back, my friends. I know it's a long drawn out episode, but this is the reality of doing a boat, going up and down that ladder at least 50 times a day. tweaking and doing this, that and the other. Where's you out? No wonder I need a new knee. Anyway, so we're on the final hurdle anyway. So, you remember the plan, don't you? We turn you around. There you go. So I've now made from that is now that there. And I was short, typical, isn't it? I needed a 9mm hardwood ply and I didn't have any left, so I had to go to my local DIY, and my god, that piece, that size, £15, believe it or not, £14.98. You wouldn't believe it. £14.98. It's dearer than gold. God, I can't believe that. Anyway, had to be done. Got to finish it. So we'll go and offer that up, and then it'll show us whether my accuracy with my measurements have worked out, because I can't afford to make a mistake at £15 for a small piece like that. Right, let's get aboard. Right, we'll give it a go. The lighting in here is not very good. I'm down to one light now. I need to take these home and recharge them. But I will set you up there. I think you might be able to see that, because I'm going to be in a horizontal position, I think. Let's put that light on there. Give us a bit of light. Maybe if I do it that way, is that enough? Or should I do it that way? When John sees this, he'll be cursing. You don't do it like that, you do it like this. You have the light behind you. But, right, what do I need? I need, let's just get it going. Let's see if anything fits first. Right. You're going to see it like I'm going to see it. This is all about tight spaces. I should have started this job when I was 30, not 60. Actually, when did I start it? Oh, hey. I think I've got that first time. Oh, lovely jubbly. Yes, there's a bit of a gap there, but that's not bad. I'm not bothered about that, because this is literally, something's going to be attached to that. So, I am well chuffed. That's going to be covered over there. I don't know whether you can see that up there, but... Right, happy days. So everything is in. I must make a note of that over there. It's done with my camera really. I'm a bit short on that end. Although I'm thinking I might put around the edges like a trim. I think that probably is the wisest thing to do. Although I've got that as a straight edge there, so that's fine. I'm cool about that. Right, okay, we're good. So I need to mark these off. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. Take these all down there. Get a nice piece of oak and then cut that out to shape. And then we can screw all these back into place and call it finished. No room about. Oh my god, I've lost 2 stone. There's still no room. I've got about 3 stone to go by the look of it. Right, there it is. Right, okay. I've pulled an 8x4 sheet out of, can't remember what the depth of this one is. is that? 4mm. Right, I need my thinking cap on, so it's going to face downwards. So you see there's the water marking, so I need to avoid that like the plague. So I'll make a note of that. So I flick it over. This is the good side. Good side. Arrow, arrow. So I now know that side is we work this way. This is the bad side. Is there any bad end? That's a point. That's okay. Okay, so I can use either or end. For camera use, I think I'll use that end so you can see it better. I actually don't know whether you can hear me or not because I haven't, obviously I'm not mic'd up or anything. Alright, so let me get my thinking cap on. Left hand side. So that one is going. Do you know what? I think it's probably going to be. It's going to have to go that way anyway. So these are too wide. Yeah. Right. Well. So left hand side facing down. So it's going to be this side. Right hand side, that one there, okay, so this side one is, that is this one. So, and this one is on its own. Oops, something's not quite right. It's that way. Yeah, that's right. This is why you need to mark everything up, guys, because you need to make sure you don't make a mistake, because as I said to you, this stuff is expensive. Right, okay, so I've got to imagine that turned around and it's up. Yes. Right, we've got everything rough in position. So now we can fine tune it. Let's see if I can use this straight edge. I know I probably won't be able to, but we'll get as close as we can with it. That wants to go over there till it isn't touching. There's my lines across. And these are my lines across here. Like so. So it starts to drift off here, which is cool. That's fine. Right, there we are. There we have it. Wow, it's wider than you think, isn't it? Now obviously you can see the hole size there is completely different, but we know that that one's a better one than that one because this was just the edge, so I'm not overly bothered about that. That can be cut. As long as the main area is right, I think I'm happy with that. So now what I need to do is I need to draw. You know what? I think I might move it that way a bit, because when I use the jigsaw I'm going to be cutting a fine edge, and I think it's more trouble doing that, so I'm going to move it like so. I think I'm going to do it that way. Like so. There. Like so. There. Cool. Now I'm happy. Spider. Spider. Go away, spider. I don't like spiders. Now you can see, oh, I don't know whether you can see or not, where this piece is short to those, and I know that that is the maximum length. So this is where having it on the deck shows you where your floors are basically. So I now know that I need to extend that like that, and extend that like so. Cool. Now I'm happy with that hole. But not happy with that one. So I can get something similar to that circumference here and then finish it off. Right. Just going to find something that'll go around that. That'll do. Right, and obviously you know what that's for, don't you? That's for the water tube goes down. Right, I need to set up some sort of a trestle on here, and then attempt. How am I going to get that through the window? Oh, I'll go through that window. I was about to think how was I going to get it. Oh, do you know what I might do? I might cut it down the middle. Not because I'm going to put. It would be nice to put an oak fillet down the centre anyway, but also it's good for when if there is any problem at all with regards to leakages, then you wouldn't have to take that whole sheet. You've got to remember that when you're on the water, it's different than having it in a warehouse. So I think probably it might be a better option having a centre line down it. It's going to be easier. I think I've made a decision, and that's what I'm going to do. Right, okay, I'll set my trestle up and I'll see you shortly when that's all cut out. Okay, just a quick update. These oak panels are now cut, as you can see, there and there. And I'm using 120 grit paper on a hardwood piece just to give it some flatness, because obviously it's wafer thin is this stuff. So I'm just literally cleaning the surface off, because you've got probably 5 to 10 years worth of rubbish on it. So I'm just cleaning those surfaces off. I'll white spirit them off, and I'll take the opportunity to stain them up before they get their final fix on the boat. So that's the situation at the moment. I'm very happy with what's taken place up to now. As you can see, they are looking quite nice. I've not offered them up to the boat yet, so I don't know whether they'll, well, I'm assuming that they'll fit, because they are exact templates to those sections that are somewhere around on the floor. There they are, down there. So those will get fit on the boat next, and then in the morning I will start, well no, actually what I'll do is I'll stain these tonight, let them dry, and then I can crack on in the morning. So there you go, that's what I've done up to now. Long process, but it's the way it is. Anyway, I'll speak to you later. So that's my chosen method. I don't know whether you can see that. It's Danish oil. That's what is throughout the boat. So we'll give this an overnight dose. Whoops, so easy. My chosen method is a sponge. It's worked well for me. Right. I shall go and get some blue paper. That just evens it out. Okay. I'll just place that over there a minute. You can see it yourself as well. There we go. There, right. Should put that out of the way. Oops. Quick. What I like about sponges is I know it's easy to put on, as you've just seen, but you can really give it some welly and push it into the grain, especially if you've just opened the grain up a bit because you've sanded it. Really get it pushed in there. And of course, don't be frightened or scared of loading up your sponge. And these are sponges that you can get at any cheap pound shop, or we've got Poundlands and places like that, and they're basically for cleaning dishes. But I've used them for a lot of things on this boat. There we go. Off. Right. So there you go. Take those gloves off and I don't cover the GoPro in. There we are. Fine. Right, well, I think I'm going to conclude tonight and we'll continue in the morning. So I'll see you then. Bye for now. And a good morning to you, my friends, or it could be an afternoon, or it could even be an evening, who knows. But I am on the final hurdle and I've decided to put a different type. Instead of the bubble wrap type up here, I have gone with this product here. I don't know why I'm doing it that way. There we go. I've just gone with this product, which is like a polystyrene with a heat reflector on there. So basically I'm using that as an insulator up there. I'm also going to use something else as well, but that will be attached to this. I'm hoping that would work. So I'm just going to do all that, get those done along there, and I'll be back to you. There obviously is the bubble wrap, but I've gone with this one. I think this would work better. So I'm just going to put that in its place all the way across, and then I shall put these up, and then you will then see the next stage. So we'll leave it at that for now. Right, well, at long last it is in place. Ignore the screws that are in there at the moment because there's going to be flat-headed screws in there because there's going to be trim going down the centre line and possibly a bead, although it's cut that neat. I'm just debating whether to do that or not, but you'll see for yourself anyway. So if I turn you round like so, as you can see, that's the centre line there. Yes, it looks darker, but you know, it's up top, and I'll probably re-stain these anyway because these have been stained for quite a while. I don't know why that's gone darker, probably because the ply is actually really possibly 7 or 8 years old and it's had nothing on it, so it's obviously aged, but fortunately it's up above so you won't see it. So the only thing we've got to do next really is to put the lights up in the corners. I'm debating whether to put them up, one there and one there. I'll show you that now. Something to that effect. In that corner. And that completes the circuit going down that way, and obviously one on the other side. And then I think what we've got to do is we've then got to cut some ply and finish off down there, because I don't think we need to go underneath there at the moment. I'm not so sure. Might have to put some sockets in, because there's no sockets at all being catered for. So anyway, that's for another day. And I think from memory, the next episode, we need to get the rubbing straights on, the balance of them. So I'm looking forward to doing that. It'll give me a break from being in here for a bit. But I'm very pleased with what's that's it. I'm pleased with what's been done now. It's looking neat. I've put some screws in there because there's going to be a piece going across there and there. We can seal these windows up as we have done with those. So we've just got that one. I have got an issue with that one. I might have told you before about this, because the nav lights, if you can see that gap there, there's a lot of pressure, and it's because the nav light it is jutting through here. So I might have to put a relief hole in it so it comes out, and then maybe put something over the top, make something on the lathe perhaps, and of course on this side as well. There is a bit of damage there, but that hopefully will be covered by a trim going down there as well in oak. So it's coming on. I'm very pleased with what I've done up to now. It's been plaguing on my mind, and it's taken a few days to do, but ultimately it's done. So I think we'll shut down on this extras video. I think it's gone on long enough, and I will see you on the next one, which will be episode 54, is it? Or 55? I don't know, I can't remember. But it'll be that one anyway, when we get round to doing it. So, see you later. Bye for now.